Field in Gainesville, the Fighting Gators of the University of Florida against the Titans of California State Fullerton. Hello again, everybody. I'm David Steele with Lee McGriff, and welcome to the Gator Football Network. Well, the Florida Gators move out of Southeastern Conference play this week to take on a team, Lee, they don't know very much about. What is the danger coming in to this game against Cal State Fullerton of a Gator team being overconfident?
Well, there's always that chance, but I think Florida knows that they've got some phases of their game, particularly their passing game, that they need to improve before they go into the November stretch with their Southeastern Conference schedule. They need to get some timing and some confidence with the receivers and the quarterbacks.
California State Fullerton comes in here with really nothing to lose.
No, they really don't, and it's kind of fun that way. You won't see a conventional type football game. You might see anything in the world on offense, including on the kickoff. You may see an onside kick to start the game. You never know, but it makes it fun.
The Gators against the Titans. We'll have the opening kick in just a moment. Gator football is brought to you by Dairy Farmers of Florida, Armstrong Carpet and Flooring, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Florida, Eastern Airlines, First Union Bank, your Florida and South Georgia Ford dealers, Gatorade Thirst Quencher, Likes Meats, Miller Lite, Scotty's, Shands Hospital at the University of Florida, and Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue.
Levi, Lee, Wrangler, and Chick. The Rancher has your favorite jeans that fit. The Rancher always stocks a large inventory of jeans to fit every member of the family. Levi, Lee, Wrangler, and Chick. The Rancher has your fit at prices that won't bust your budget. And while you're there, check out our large selection of fine quality dressed, exotic, and work boots. Levi, Lee, Wrangler, and Chick. Your favorite jeans that fit are at the Rancher, 4821 Northwest 6th Street, where 441 and 6th Street meet.
Caring for the people of North Florida is an enduring commitment at North Florida Regional Medical Center. It's a commitment backed by top-quality medical services, a dedicated staff, the latest technology, and also by genuine interest in the welfare and comfort of each hospital guest. At North Florida Regional, we care for North Florida heart, body, and soul. We're extending our care to our physician referral service. You should have a personal physician. If you don't, call us and we'll match you with the doctor you need. Physician referral is a free service of North Florida Regional Medical Center.
Florida's Robert McGinney kicking off to begin the game from Florida Field this afternoon. And Michael Moore stands deep at the goal line. Moore comes to the 5 and the 10, the 15, and is taken down at the 17-yard line by Jerry Odom. Fullerton State led by quarterback Ronnie Barber, who has thrown for over 700 yards. Todd White, a fine possession receiver. Jim Thornton, perhaps the best athlete at tight end. And the Titan offensive line. On the kickoff, there was a penalty against the Gators, or rather against Cal State, for being offside. And the Gators declined the penalty, so the Titans will have the football at their own 18-yard line. Come in here with a record of 2 wins and 3 losses, coached by Gene Murphy. Lost 44-0 against Hawaii, lost by 44 points also to LSU. Coming off a loss last week against San Jose State, 46-19. Florida trying to get back on the winning track after a tough loss last week in Baton Rouge, Louisiana against the Tigers, 13-10. Fullback William Robinson carries it, and Rondi Weston wraps him up after about a 5-yard gain out to the 23-yard line. Webby Burnett filling in for the injured Jeff Roth at nose guard, and Todd Gatlin replacing Pat Moore at inside linebacker. And there you see the Gators' outstanding defensive secondary.
That first play was probably a pretty smart call by Cal State's coach, because I'm sure most people thought they'd throw on the first down or do some trick play, but they just came out and hit a quick hitter.
It's 2nd and 5, and Barber drops back. His pass over the middle is broken up by Gatlin and Dickens, the inside linebackers, intended for the tight end Thornton, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
Gerald Dickens has really played well and very consistently well for Florida. Made a nice hit. The ball was there. Gerald just separated the receiver from the ball.
The senior out of Plant City, Florida. Dislocated his toe a couple of years ago in spring practice, sat out all of last year, and has come back strong here in his senior year. 3rd down and 5 from the 23-yard line. Robinson once again, and Robinson's got the first down. Dickens once again on the tackle with Ricky Mulberry, but a 1st and 10 for the Titans.
That's just a draw play that they ran, catching Florida's quickness. The draw play can work works best when you're trying to take advantage of the pursuit of the defense. Right here, I think we'll see Clifford Charlton came very close to making a hit in the backfield right there, just misses him, kind of out of control there, trying to make the tackle. Gerald Dickens hangs on for the tackle.
Cal State Fullerton with the first down of the afternoon. Just underway from Florida Field in Gainesville. No score in the football game from the 35-yard line. Quarterback Ronnie Barber. This is tailback Eric Franklin, and Franklin is hammered by cornerback Kerry Watkins and Clifford Charlton, who had him wrapped up from behind. That Gator defense very stingy against the rush throughout this season, and one of the top defensive teams overall in the Southeastern Conference.
Cal State, surprisingly, on this first series, looking good with his running game. I think that the concern of the Florida coaches that they throw the ball and do reverses and all those kind of things right now, but heck, they're just running sweep plays and dive plays and doing it pretty well.
Titans were penalized 5 yards for a delay of game, so they're back to 1st down and 10 from their 36-yard line. Once again, Barber gets to Franklin, and Rondi Weston is there as the handoff arrives and makes the stop for the Gator defense. Weston just whipped his man at the line of scrimmage. Junior out of Belglade. Opposing teams have paid so much attention to Clifford Charlton. I think Weston, with his great athletic talent, has been able to take advantage of that.
The tackle was going to try and block down on Rodney Weston right there, and Weston was just so quick and got through the gap there that the guard vacated and made the tackle. Nice play.
2nd and 19. Now from the 32-yard line. Robinson, the ball carrier, gets a couple 2 or 3 yards before Clifford Charlton is there to make the stop again. That'll bring up 3rd down and long for the Titans.
Clifford made a nice play that time, hanging on till help came to finish up the tackle, but if he hadn't have been there, he had a little running room. Nice play by Clifford Charlton.
Lee and I will be picking our Mid-State Federal Player of the Game this afternoon. Still very early from Florida Field, no score in the game, and 3rd down and long for the Titans of California State Fullerton. Barber running for his life and can't keep his feet under him. Trips and falls after a couple of yards. That'll bring up 4th down and long. And we'll take a look at punter Jim Soroy here. Very consistent kicker, averaging over 40 yards a punt for the Titans. Jarvis Williams deep to receive. And Williams makes the fair catch at the 27-yard line. So the Gators take over with their first offensive possession of the afternoon. Senior quarterback Kerwin Bell, the Heisman Trophy candidate out of Mayo and Lafayette High School. Florida's young wide receivers hoping to make some improvement this afternoon on the offensive line, led by junior tackle David Williams, senior guard Bob Sims, Tracy Daniels, Richard Starweski, Jimmy Davis. A good group there on the offensive front. Freshman tailback Emmett Smith gets his first carry of the afternoon, a couple of yards. Wright makes the stop, the outside linebacker position. This Fullerton defense has given up lots of points, lots of yards this year. They are in the process of rebuilding a football program that only several years ago was ranked among the nation's top 20 in an 11-1 season and an appearance in a bowl game. 2nd down and 8. Kerwin Bell's pass complete to Ernie Mills, and Mills flying down the left sideline and chased out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Florida using Mills. In fact, this is the first game that Ernie's has started for the Gators. Call this a quick screen. Kerwin just makes a fake into the line, throws the ball out quickly to Ernie Mills, and he gets all he can get. And he's got great speed, 4.3 speed in the 40-yard dash, and is probably the best vertical leaper on the Florida team. Looked like there was a face mask right there, but they didn't call it.
Ernie Mills, converted defensive back out of Dunellen High School. Emmett Smith charging out near the midfield stripe, and Ernie Mills, back to him, was not moved to the wide receiver position till very late last spring. He's a redshirt freshman. You look at Emmett Smith's stats and what an amazing story that is developing into here in his freshman year. But Ernie Mills is potentially a very fine wide receiver for the Florida Gators. Second down and 6. Florida right at the midfield stripe in the first quarter. No score. Bell looking to throw it again. He's got Simmons open, and Simmons makes the catch. And Stacy Simmons gets the first down to the 29-yard line of California State Fullerton. This portion of Fightin' Gator football is presented by First Union Bank. New banking power for you. By Armstrong Floors. Only Armstrong has the richness of inlaid vinyl floors. And by Miller Lite. Great taste and a less filling beer. Florida pushing it in Titan territory for the first time this afternoon at the Cal State 29-yard line after the pass play from Bell to Stacy Simmons. Emmett Smith looking for the right corner, stretching it out down inside the 20 and bounced out of bounds at the 17-yard line of Cal State. Showing that deceptive speed that we've seen so very often here in his freshman season. Emmett Smith.
Emmett's speed he's obviously got a whole lot more speed than most people give him credit for, and he keeps stringing this play out. Stacy Simmons is an excellent downfield blocker, allowing Emmett to finally get turned up the field for the positive yards.
Emmett Smith looking for 100 yards for the 5th consecutive game. That would be a school record at the University of Florida. Jimmy DuBose had 4 consecutive 100-plus games in 1975, and Emmett's got 4 heading into this one this afternoon. From the 17. Fullback Anthony Williams this time, straight up the middle. Briggs, the linebacker, makes the stop after a gain of 2 yards. It'll be second down and 8 from the 15-yard line.
Florida was in a 3-wide receiver look to the left side of the field that time with Emmitt Smith in a wingback type position. They throw out of that formation quite often. So on this play, Florida's offense chose to hand the ball to the fullback. There just wasn't much there that time.
Kerwin Bell with 49 career touchdown passes. 4th in SEC football history. Looking for one right here for Odom over the middle. He overthrew it. Pass incomplete. Cal State had pretty good coverage. James Howard, number 2, the left side cornerback, is an outstanding defensive back.
That was a delay pattern to the tight end, and they were in a man-to-man type coverage, and he may have been open just a little bit, but not by a lot. Walter Odom.
Once again from the 15-yard line. Now it is 3rd down and 8. Anthony Williams, the fullback, Emmitt Smith, the tailback, and Bell faking in the backfield. He's got Anthony Williams open at the 10. Anthony Williams to the 5. Touchdown, Florida.
Nice job by Anthony Williams. On that play, Kerwin faked the ball to the tailback, Emmitt Smith. Anthony Williams looked like he was going to block the linebacker. The linebacker came up to try and tackle Emmitt, when actually in man-to-man, he should have been covering the fullback, which is why Anthony Williams was so open. The linebacker was fooled by the run fake.
Robert McGinney's extra point is good, and the Gators are on top 7-0. Anthony Williams, the 4th touchdown catch of his career.
Coach, you know a lot about cars. What should I buy? A family man like you really should look at Ford's Aerostar. It's one of America's favorite minivans.
But can I afford one?
Right now, the Ford dealers here in Florida and South Georgia are making fantastic year-end closeout deals. This is the best time to buy an Aerostar.
I can afford an Aerostar? I can afford an Aerostar.
Prices may never be lower. See your Florida and South Georgia Ford dealer and get a great deal on a brand new Aerostar.
I'm here having a couple of Miller Lights with the world's funniest tennis coach, Jan Tiriak. This guy's a million laughs. Hey, remember the one you told me about the chicken and the tennis ball? That just cracked me up. Here, have another Miller Light. Yeah, light tastes great and it's less filling. And you don't want to get filled up when you're having as good a time as we are. Right, Jan?
For serious beer drinkers, there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
Oh, stop it, man. You're killing me.
A 73-yard drive in 8 plays and a drive that took only 2:41 off the clock. The Gators lead Cal State Fullerton 7-0. Robert McGinney kicks off for the second time this afternoon. Michael Moore, 3 yards deep, comes north with it again and is dragged down from behind by Owen Bartriff. Second offensive possession coming up for the Titans of California State Fullerton with 7 minutes and 29 seconds left in the first quarter of the football game. The Gators at that outside linebacker spot have Jason Lambert ailing and not even dressed to play this afternoon with those 2 sore knees, and Jeff Reuter not expected to play this afternoon with a banged up shoulder. So James Spear, number 98, is playing opposite Clifford Charlton at one outside linebacker spot. Here's Barber back to throw, dumps it in the flat, and there's James Spear to make the stop at the 12-yard line. A freshman and a redshirt freshman, James Spear, makes the play. Cal State Fullerton's offense bogged down on this series, and on 4th down and 9 from the 20-yard line, the Titans of Coach Gene Murphy were forced into a punting situation. Florida leading 7-0, and Jim Soroy back to punt for the Titans. Jarvis Williams will try to return this one. He's got a nice hole across the 50 and down to the 41-yard line of the Titans. Almost broke it all the way, and you can see the frustration on the face and the expression and the moves of Jarvis Williams. He thought he had 6 points right there.
Jarvis is an excellent runner, and you'll see Steve Loden right here, number 30, coming, make the block that springs him up the middle. It's a middle return. Jarvis makes the cut and just gets tripped up by his own man. He had a bunch more yards he could have picked up.
5:16 left in the first quarter. Florida 7, Cal State Fullerton nothing. Gators with great field position at the Titan 41-yard line, 1st down and 10. Emmett Smith hammers it for a couple of tough yards down to the 38-yard line. Riggs, the linebacker, makes the stop for Cal State Fullerton. Florida scored on a 15-yard pass play from Kerwin Bell to Anthony Williams. That, by the way, was Kerwin Bell's 50th career touchdown pass, which ties him with Babe Perilli for 3rd place in the record books in Southeastern Conference play for touchdown passes. Great quarterback at the University of Kentucky back in the 50s. Bell scrambling around back there on 2nd down, wants 6 points, and it's incomplete at the goal line. Tony Lomack looked like the ball hit him on the shoulder pads, and Lomack shaken up on the play as he fell hard on that shoulder. That brings up 3rd down and 7. Bell wants to throw again. He's got Emmett Smith out in the flat. Smith with a nice cut to the outside. Comes up short of the 1st down. That play good for 6 down to the 32-yard line, and Florida needs a yard. Emmett Smith not only can carry that football, but he can catch it when you zing it out to him as well.
He sure can. And that play, Kerwin had a choice to throw the curl pattern down the field about 15 yards or dump it off to Emmett, and you could see the guard of the tackle that was pulling out in front of Emmett to block, and the play materialized a little quicker throwing the ball to Emmett than it probably should have.
On 4th down and 1, the Gators go for the 1st down, and Emmett Smith stretching it out again, gets the 1st down and a couple of more. Down to the 26-yard line of the Titans. Howard, the cornerback, makes the play once again.
This play was designed to go right off the tackle or the guard. Nothing there. Emmett just uses his speed, gets up the field. As always, knows where the 1st down or what he needs to get the 1st down, and he gets it.
Florida looking for more points already on top 7-0 in the first quarter. At the 26-yard line, Emmitt Smith has a gaping hole off the right side, and he carries it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line of the Titans. Look at the blocking of the right side of the line. Sims 77, Starweski 75, and fullback Willie McGrady. And Emmitt Smith does the rest.
Outstanding play.
2nd down and 2. At the 18-yard line, and Bell with the check off at the line of scrimmage gives to the fullback Willie McGrady, and McGrady with good running room to the right side takes it down inside the 15 to the 11-yard line, and a Florida first down. Steamboat Willie McGrady, the freshman out of Palatka.
Showing good speed on that play, David. Kerwin obviously saw something on the line of scrimmage where he wanted to change the play, and he slipped the ball to Willie, and Willie kind of bounced it out and used some speed, and for a 240, 250-pound guy, it's awfully impressive.
A 3-time high school state wrestling champion at Palatka High School, an all-state defensive lineman at Palatka as well, and played fullback at Palatka too. Here's Emmitt Smith grinding it down inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line of Cal State Fullerton. Tom Phillips, the free safety, came up to make the stop. Got to give this Titan defense some credit. They've tackled Emmitt Smith here in this first quarter perhaps better than anyone's tackled him all year.
They really have. They seem, obviously, and they should be, awfully aware of Emmitt Smith, watching the film and all his press clippings, but they're doing a good job of holding on to him. In previous games, he's knocked people down a whole lot more than he's knocked these people down.
Emmitt Smith gets the call again, and once again some good strong tackling by Bryan, the linebacker. Emmitt got about 3 yards down to the 4-yard line. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3. Gene Murphy, the head coach at Cal State Fullerton, as we said, has enjoyed some success with some very fine teams. They've turned out some good players. Mark Collins, probably the best known player out of Cal State Fullerton, playing with the New York Giants, a defensive back, and other athletes as well. Tim Wallach, the 3rd baseman for the Montreal Expos, also a product of Fullerton State. 3rd down and 3 at the 4-yard line. Running backs in the eye, 3 tight ends in the lineup, and Bell going for the touchdown. He overthrew tight end Mark McGriff.
Cal State Fullerton's defense was completely fooled on that play. Kerwin made a nice fake to the dive back Emmitt Smith, who also made an excellent fake going through the line. Mark McGriff acted like he was blocking the man on him for a count of 2 or 3 seconds, and then just released outside, and he was wide open. Cal State Fullerton was just not aware of where he was, and Kerwin just overthrew it.
Mark had a touchdown catch against Tulsa, and you could see it on his face there. He thought he had number 2 against Cal State Fullerton on that play, but right now the Gators will go for it on 4th down and 3 from the 4-yard line, and they give it to Emmitt Smith. And Smith, diving toward the goal line, does not make the touchdown, but he's good for the first down, and the Gators will have 4 more cracks at it from the 1-yard line.
Just a sweet play. Willie McGrady does his thing. But again, you've got to credit Cal State Fullerton's defense for making that kind of tackle, because Emmitt doesn't come down very easily.
Phillips, the free safety, kept him out of the end zone. But Florida's got 4 opportunities now, and you see the nose of the football is just shy of the goal line. It's 1st down and goal. Willie McGrady ahead of Emmitt Smith in the I formation, and Emmitt Smith over the top, and he crossed the plane for the touchdown. Cal State jammed it up, but Emmitt Smith got enough and got it over the top for his 9th touchdown of his young career.
You know, it's easy to take for granted that you think most tailbacks can get up and jump over a pile like that, but they really can't. Neil Anderson used to do it very well for the Gators. Of course, Emmitt is obviously very gifted at doing that.
Nice drive 41 yards and 11 plays, and McGinney's extra point is good. And the Florida Gators are on top of Cal State Fullerton by the score of 14-0. That drive took 4.5 minutes off the clock. So Kerwin Bell, 1 touchdown pass, and Emmitt Smith, the touchdown run. And Florida's off and running. Todd White wants to throw it back. There's the Squirrel Derby offense that we've talked about, and this one gets away from him. And that'll go as a safety for the Gators. Trying to throw it back to White, to Gibbs, John Gibbs. And just not a well-executed play. They'll give up 2 points and have to kick it again. Florida leading 16-0. They call their offense the Squirrel Derby offense because of the nutty things that Gene Murphy and his staff come up with. Here's the safety kick, and Anthony Williams returns it out near midfield. Florida's gone out to a 16-0 lead over Cal State Fullerton. Jeff Roth, the junior nose guard out of Seminole, nursing that turned ankle. He's come along well in practice this week, and hopefully the all-conference defender will be back next week against Temple. Bell's got big Walter Odom open at the 40-yard line, and he dives down to the 30-yard line of Cal State.
Nice throw by Kerwin. He really had a choice of 2 people. Simmons was coming across the middle about 16 or 17 yards deep. And then Walter Odom came from his left side, dragging across the field to the right side of the field. Kerwin could have picked either one of them, but it was a nice throw and catch.
Florida 16, Fullerton State nothing. And the Gators at the Titan 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Wayne Williams, the tailback, and Wayne Williams gets the handoff. And they stop him. A.J. Jenkins right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to be the final play of the first quarter from Florida Field in Gainesville, with the Gators on top 16-0.
Florida Horsemanship for Handicapped Incorporated will hold its first annual Ride-a-thon Sunday, October 11th at River Rise State Preserve, just north of High Springs. Orientation begins at 8:30 a.m. with the Ride-a-thon beginning at 9:30 a.m. To enter, each rider must collect and submit a minimum of $30 worth of pledges from sponsors. This Ride-a-thon was initiated by the North American Riding for the Handicapped Association, an all-volunteer, non-profit organization dedicated to bringing the joys and benefits of horseback riding to the physically and emotionally handicapped. Children afflicted by paralysis, epilepsy, cerebral palsy, autism, schizophrenia, and numerous other handicaps have made remarkable developments through this program after having failed to progress in traditional clinical therapy. Because of insufficient funds, FHH has a waiting list of 300 children. Your much-needed contributions are tax-deductible and will go directly to the Florida Horsemanship for Handicapped program. For more information, call 376-5027. That's 376-5027.
Dedication, years of preparation, a Japanese commitment to excellence, perfecting an art. For hundreds of years, traditions have passed from generation to generation. Today, those same traditions can be appreciated in the engineering of one of the world's most reliable automobiles, Honda. What does that tradition mean to you? It means...
Y'all better get on down to Ken Atkins Honda today, you hear?
Ken Atkins Honda, Ocala.
Sunbank has been a part of Gainesville since 1947. We were known as Citizens Bank then, but we feel that the things important to customers in 1947 are still important to you today, to provide you with quality professional banking services with a friendly staff. We feel we have that staff here at Sunbank. We're backed up by a large holding company, but all of the decisions that you need will still be made right here in Gainesville. We've got a proud tradition at Sunbank of Gainesville. We hope that you'll come in and visit us very soon.
We begin the second quarter with the Gators at the 31-yard line of Fullerton State. 2nd down and 11. Bell fakes the handoff to Wayne Williams. He's got Stacy Simmons out in the left flat, and Simmons flies down to the 12-yard line. Or rather, after the penalty, a penalty tacked on as Simmons goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line, and the personal foul penalty against Fullerton State takes it down to the 12-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10.
Stacy, of course, was a former running back his freshman year, and that's just a way to get the ball outside and let him do his running, show his running ability.
Good strong running by Wayne Williams right up the middle. The junior from Titusville takes it down to the 5-yard line of Fullerton State.
Excellent blocking up front. Anthony Williams makes a good hit on the linebacker. Wayne gets up the field for very positive yards.
2nd down and 3. And it's Wayne Williams down near the goal line, but he does not quite get in. They'll stop him at the 1. And the Gators get the 1st down and have 4 cracks at it once again. Florida leading already by the score of 16-0.
Florida's offensive line showing what everyone hoped would be evident here, and that's that they're just so much physically stronger than this Cal State Fullerton team. They're just pushing them backwards, big holes to run through. The backs are making the right cuts.
Wayne Williams and Anthony Williams behind quarterback Kerwin Bell on 1st down and goal at the 1-yard line. Hand off to Anthony Williams, and he slices in for the touchdown. That is the first rushing touchdown of Anthony Williams' collegiate career at Florida. The senior out of Tampa Plant caught a touchdown pass from Kerwin Bell in the 1st quarter. But this is the first time, Lee, he's scored on a running play for the touchdown.
It was a good job of hitting the hole. Florida's offensive line again stopping all the penetration. Lead block by Wayne Williams. Anthony Williams followed right into the end zone.
A 50-yard drive and 6 plays, only 2 minutes off the clock, and Florida continues to put the points on the board.
Milk kick. Kick. Everybody knows how to do that kick. Health kick. Pour a glass of milk real tall, getting proteins and vitamins and loving it all. Kick, 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 kick. Milk kick. Kick. Come on, everybody, do that kick. America's favorite health kick. Milk.
Around 20 years ago, Sonny Tillman started cooking up his own brand of barbecue. Sonny's success was built on a pleasant setting for a tasty meal at a reasonable price. It's still that way at Sonny's everywhere. That same great barbecue taste cooked into Sonny's ribs or chicken, beef or pork. So come to Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue for barbecue at its best.
'Cause everybody loves to meet at Sonny's. Barbecue at its best.
Florida leading Cal State Fullerton 23-0, and Robert McGinney kicks it off, coming up short into that northerly wind. William Robertson fields it. Got away from one man, but Bill Lang holds on for dear life and brings him down at the 32-yard line.
Looked like James Massey came flying through there and made a nice hit, but he didn't go down. His knee, he kept his right knee up off the ground and picked up a few more yards. Luckily,
University of Florida football is sponsored in part by your Florida and South Georgia Ford dealers, home of the best built cars and trucks. By Shands Hospital at the University of Florida, Florida's referral hospital. And by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade is thirst aid for that deep down body thirst. Fullerton State at their 32-yard line, trailing 23-0. Barber throwing it on 1st down, and he's got the tight end, Big Jim Thornton, for a 6-yard gain out to the 38-yard line. Thornton is a converted quarterback, a very highly recruited quarterback out of high school, and you can see how much that guy's bulked up.
Looks like he spent some time in that weight room.
Compare him to Pat Penner on the Florida side of the ball, a very fine high school quarterback who was moved to tight end, and then defensive line and offensive line. Penner's played them all. 2nd and 4 from the 38. Once again, Barber is throwing with good protection, and the ball is caught by Todd White. Real fine catch by Todd White, who we had been told was a real good possession type receiver. Came in here with 59 career receptions.
This is a play very similar to what Florida runs, faking the dive play or the blast with a tailback. That's an outstanding job of concentrating on the football. Jarvis Williams making the hit.
Cal State moving it to the midfield stripe for the first time this afternoon, early in the second quarter. First down and 10. The fullback Robinson, and Randy Weston is there and gets help from Spear and others to make the stop. Now the Titan drive stalled and they were forced to punt. The Gators also had a series of plays which found them unable to move the football, so we pick it up with Fullerton State at the Gator 40-yard line, first down and 10. Barber throwing it deep over the middle, and it's picked off by Lewis Oliver. Oliver from the 20-yard line carries it out of bounds on the fine return. That is the 4th interception of the year for Lewis Oliver and the 6th of his career. He leads the Southeastern Conference in pass interceptions.
Lewis Oliver is responsible for the deep 1/3 between the two hashes on passing plays, and that's exactly where he was. The ball was overthrown. Lewis Oliver, right where he's supposed to be, makes a play and gets some positive yards after the interception.
Just like playing center field back there. And Oliver plays it as well as anybody in college football. First and 10 from the 32-yard line. 9:55 left in the first half, and Florida leading at 23-0. Wayne Williams, the tailback, gets 2 yards. Chris Wright makes the stop. Second down for the Gators. Gator coach Galen Hall hoping to get a lot of folks into this game this afternoon. Second down and 8 from the 34. And Bell pressured out of the pocket. Kerwin gets the first down, and some pretty nifty scrambling by the senior quarterback. You don't often see Kerwin Bell run the football, but that time he couldn't find anybody and decided he could take care of it by himself.
Kerwin felt the pressure coming from right to his right, saw some open area. No one was covered. No one was open. They were covered. Kerwin showing his good feet, not his good speed, but his good feet, moving around and getting some positive yards.
The Gators with a first down play. And Emmitt Smith sweeping the right side. Great block by McGrady, and Emmitt Smith with a 15-yard carry down to the 39-yard line.
It's Lewis Oliver. Got a sweep play. Willie McGrady making a block. See Stacy Simmons down the field working too. Emmitt making his cuts. Good looking play.
From the 39-yard line of the Titans. Faking the handoff to Emmitt Smith. Stacy Simmons wide open at the 22-yard line, and that's where he goes down. Made a nice cut to come back to the football on that throw from Kerwin Bell.
And Stacy did that on a previous play where he drove the man down the field. When he made his break, he worked back to the football. Caught that ball very well with his hands. That ball was thrown with a lot of velocity. Stacy also showed that he's learned something because he turned it right back up the field.
That play is good for 18 yards. Another first down for the Gators at the 21-yard line now, Fullerton State. Emmitt Smith with some good blocking by the offensive line takes it down to the 10-yard line of Fullerton State.
You could tell on that play, all Emmitt had to do on that play was just follow his blockers. They had pushed him down the field, giving him plenty of room to run. Emmitt just follows his blockers, which is one of the things that he does so very well.
Offensive line pushed him 10 yards downfield, and Emmitt running in right behind Bob Sims and company picks up yet another first down from the 10-yard line. And they give it to Emmitt Smith again. Great cut back. He doesn't get in, but almost puts it in for the second time this afternoon. Down to the 1-yard line goes Emmitt Smith. Just a brilliant cut. The play was designed to go to the right side, and Emmitt Smith spotted at and made a great cut right there.
You could see Willie McGrady. He just stymied that linebacker that came up through there, and then Emmett made his cut off of Willie's block. Almost scored.
Second down and goal. Willie McGrady. But the Titans stiffen at the goal line and stop Willie at the 1-yard line.
That's the same play that Anthony Williams scored on earlier, except this time the Titan defensive line did stiffen up, and Florida's offensive line didn't win that battle.
John Smith, an outside linebacker, number 89. Give him credit for keeping Willie McGrady out of the end zone. Third down and goal now from the 1-yard line. Midway through the second period. McGrady and Smith in the backfield behind Bell. Emmitt Smith looks for the goal line and finds it for the second time this afternoon. Running in behind the right side of the line, and fullback Willie McGrady, and Emmitt Smith with his 10th touchdown of the year.
When you watch Emmett run, he lets his blockers do their work, and he just kind of puts it on cruise control behind him, and then when he sees a flash of daylight, he gets to it into the end zone.
Charlie Wright, 79, and 81 Clifton Reynolds, along with McGrady, made that one easy for Emmett. McGinney's extra point is up and good, and Florida now with the 30-0 lead over Fullerton State.
There's a new source of power in town. A new power in banking. 600 locations in the South. 100 years of experience. First Union National Bank. Let the power be with you.
What's in a name? Well, when your name is Scotty's. Scotty's, the only name you need to know.
Florida Gators have scored on a 68-yard drive, 8 plays, 3:51 off the clock, and Emmitt Smith with his second touchdown run of the afternoon. Robert McGinney kicks off, and Michael Moore comes out across the 15 and is leveled at the 16-yard line. Bill Lang, 24, and James Massey with good coverage. Once again, Cal State Fullerton unable to move the football, and Florida has it back with 2:57 left in the first half, and Pepe Lescano now in at quarterback in relief of Kerwin Bell. The senior from Plantation, Florida, St. Thomas Aquinas High School, has completed 6 of 17 passes coming into this game for a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Gives off to Emmitt Smith, and Emmett is hit behind the line and then bounces out to the left side. He may have gotten back the line of scrimmage, may have a yard, but that's as good of a 1-yard carry as you'll see. Looks like Emmett shaken up just a little bit on the play.
Well, one of the things that Emmett has that's exceptional is balance, and if you watch him on this play, he's getting battered around and he puts that hand down and seems to always have control of his body. Almost came out of that.
Second down for the Gators, and Lescano wants to throw. Sets up the screen to Wayne Williams, and Williams out of bounds near the midfield stripe. It'll be third down, and Florida needs about 2 yards to keep this drive going. Tony McCoy and Henry Brown, Lewis Oliver, number 18. That Gator defense has not allowed a touchdown in the second quarter all season long, and it looks like they're not going to give one up here today against Fullerton State. Lescano finds Walter Odom. He's got the first down and more down to the 43-yard line of the Titans. Odom's such a big target out there, and Florida quarterbacks like to go to big number 82.
Well, Pepe's got plenty of time to look at the defense and make this throw, and Walter goes down the field about 10 yards, and he turns around and faces a quarterback and really just kind of picks his spot as he can turn inside or he can turn outside. It's really his choice, but it's just find the open spot.
Now at the 43-yard line of the Titans. Gators lead 30-0 late in the first half, and Wayne Williams tripped up from behind on a nice tackle by the nose guard Jones.
If Jones hadn't gotten there, hit him on the foot, Wayne Williams had a lot more yards to gain because there was excellent blocking down the field.
Harold Jones, number 56 for the Titans, is the nephew of NFL Hall of Famer Deacon Jones, and a sophomore out of San Diego. Second down and 7. Lescano fires it down there for Wayne Williams. Nice cut by Wayne Williams. And the speedster all the way down to the 1-yard line. Almost broke it all the way. What a tremendous burst of speed and a great spinning cut by Wayne Williams. That play goes for 39 yards.
Pepe Lescano actually has his choice of Stacy Simmons or Wayne Williams. Wayne makes a nice catch. Great job of spinning off that tackle right there, and then he gets up the field and shows his speed. It comes with just about an ankle of scoring a touchdown. He's close. Excellent individual effort.
First down and goal, and Wayne Williams cannot put it in the end zone. Florida coming with a second down play now, knocking on the Titan door once again, already leading 30-0. Anthony Williams, the fullback, and Wayne Williams tries to dive up over the top, and once again could not penetrate.
Well, that's 2 or 3 plays now. Cal State Fullerton has been backed up, and they've risen and really battled, showing they've got some character.
Third time for Wayne Williams, and this time he puts it in the end zone. Third time is charm for the Gator tailback. Wayne Williams. His 3rd touchdown of the season and the 6th of his Gator career. The junior out of Titusville, Florida.
This time the Florida offensive line dominates that line of scrimmage down near the goal line, doesn't allow any penetration, and Wayne just follows them into the end zone.
The touchdown run makes it 36, and McGinney's point tacks on one more. It is 37-0 at the end of the first half from Florida Field in Gainesville. We'll be right back.
Stat flight, cardiologist, rehab technicians. Alachua General Hospital's team of professionals leads the fight against heart disease, America's #1 killer. Utilizing the latest medical advancements, Alachua General's cardiac team combats heart attacks with balloon angioplasty, a procedure that opens clogged arteries and restores blood flow without major surgery. Alachua General Hospital, the cardiac care professionals.
How fast is the new Isuzu Impulse Turbo? How does 950 miles per hour sound? The Impulse Turbo. Faster than a speeding... well, you know.
Going on now, the lowest year-end closeout prices at Premier Isuzu Highway 200 in Ocala.
Here's the latest news from the University of Florida.
Rapid population growth demands the wise use and management of Florida's fresh water supply. IFAS, the Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences at the University of Florida, is protecting our fresh water by recycling treated wastewater effluent for agricultural and municipal irrigation.
Recycling this water is getting the benefit of preserving groundwaters that we already have that we might have to pump to irrigate with. and at the same time recycling nutrients that we'd have to buy, and we're growing a usable crop to feed back to our cows. We feel like this is a real benefit not only to the dairy farmers but also to the public at large.
Fresh water is being conserved. Over 5,000 St. Petersburg residents receive 25 million gallons of nutrient-rich treated wastewater per day for irrigating lawns, parks, and golf courses. And Florida's fresh water supply is protected. IFAS, Florida's Water Research and Education Network, involved in finding a solution.
These vinyl granules are the start of an extraordinary Armstrong process that results in a floor unlike any other. Designer Solarium. Its color isn't just printed on. That's for ordinary floors. This is the depth, richness, and lasting beauty of Designer Solarium, the only no-wax floor with a uniquely crafted look of inlaid color.
I always knew it was something special.
Armstrong, so nice to come home to.
See your local Armstrong dealer for Armstrong Designer Solarium.
If you want the inside story on Gator football, get Gator Bait. Call Collect at 904-372-1215 and get a free 1987 football yearbook and 30 issues of exclusive Gator football coverage. If you want the inside story, get Gator Bait.
Eastern Airlines. This winter, fly to the beautiful beaches of the Bahamas or the Caribbean. Eastern, we've got your ticket.
Florida will kick off to begin the third quarter, leading Cal State Fullerton by the score of 37-0. Robert McGinney kicking it away, and Michael Moore from the 7-yard line up the far sideline and tripped up at the 21-yard line. This telecast of Gator football is being seen in Florida and all across the United States. We invite your comments. If you can send us a self-addressed stamped envelope, we'll send you a Gator keychain and a bumper sticker. Just send it on to the Gator Television Network, P.O. Box 14485, Gainesville 32604. The Titans at their own 22-yard line, early moments of the third quarter. And the quarterback is Carlos Siragusa, who hands off to fullback Robinson, and a 5-yard pickup for the fullback. Gators just dominated play in the first half of the game. 284 total yards offense to only 53 for the Titans.
There's really not much you can say about this. It's very apparent Florida's offense is totally dominated, and Florida's defense has not really allowed Cal State to get anything going at all, throwing or running.
Emmett Smith did not get 100 yards in the first half. He came up 10 yards short. Siragusa's throw is caught by Todd White. A nice catch and a 10-yard gain. Gator football is brought to you by Sonny's Real Pit Barbecue. Barbecue at its best. By Eastern Airlines, the official airline of the Florida Gators. Eastern, we've got your ticket. And by the people of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida, official sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. Titan drive stalled, and the Gators were unable to move it as well, so we pick up play with 11:05 left in the third quarter, and Fullerton stayed with the ball at their 26-yard line, first down and 10. Carlos Siragusa, the second Titan quarterback and a left-hander, hands off to tailback Eric Franklin, and a nice hole opens up over the middle. Lewis Oliver brings him down up around the 35-yard line. 1 yard short of the first down marker.
Florida playing with a lot of its second-team defensive players, trying to get adjusted to the flow of this game, and Lewis Oliver comes up and makes a nice tackle.
Second down and 1. The Gator defense working on its second shutout of this season. They blanked Tulsa 52-0 earlier in the year here at Florida Field. Siragusa gives it to Franklin, and Mark Seeger comes crashing in from the right side of the line to snuff that one out after no gain on the play.
Seeger making an outstanding play right here. He knew something was up based on the line action with guards pulling and so forth, and he knew there was a ball carrier going to be close by, and he hung on and made a nice tackle.
Big freshman Tony McCoy, number 71, also helped clog the middle on that play. Now it's third down and 2. Siragusa with the fake to the tailback, and Charlton almost had him wrapped up. The pass is incomplete out around the 50-yard line. A good coverage by the Florida secondary and a good pass rush by the Gator defensive front. And the combination brings up 4th down and 2 from the 34-yard line.
Siragusa truly has a strong arm, throwing with his left hand, but he has shown that his arm is very strong, and he's very nimble back there in the backfield.
Jim Soroy back to punt from his 20-yard line. This one gets a good Titan roll down inside the 30. And what looked like would not be such a good punt turns out to be a 39-yard kick for Jim Soroy. With 9:21 left in the 3rd period and Florida leading the Titans 37-0. It's the Gators football at their 27-yard line. Kerwin Bell to Emmitt Smith, and there he goes driving it off left tackle. A big gainer out to the 44-yard line and a Florida 1st down. And Emmitt Smith goes over the 100-yard mark for the 5th consecutive game, and that is a new school record.
This is a play that Florida has run so effectively all year. He gets a good block from his fullback, Anthony Williams. Emmitt makes the cut, showing that strength. Unbelievable. Just rips right through tacklers and keeps getting more and more yards.
He ran right through Mike Schaffel, number 41. Emmitt Smith ran into his own man, but then made a nice cut to pick up about 4 extra yards on the play out to the 48-yard line. His numbers now up over 800 yards. And one thing that hasn't been talked about a lot, but Lee, he's got a real shot at breaking the school record for touchdowns in a season held by Buford Long, who had 14 touchdown runs back in 1952. Emmitt's already got 10.
Incredible feat by a freshman, and I think he does have a great chance to accomplish that.
Bell's pass is caught by Willie Snead down to the 40-yard line of Fullerton State. To tell you what kind of year he's having, Lee, and put it in perspective somewhat for Gator fans, Emmitt Smith's 10th touchdown run in this game. Neil Anderson had 9 in 1983.
That was by the end of the season that you're speaking of.
Yeah, in the whole year.
Fantastic. Well, I think Florida fans need to, if they don't already know it, they're looking at truly one of the great football players in college football right now in freshman Emmitt Smith.
Bell going for broke, and Ernie Mills, and he just overthrew him at the goal line.
Ernie had a step on him, and Kerwin was not far off the mark there. It just barely overthrown.
He's not only making an impact in the Southeastern Conference, but nationwide, he's drawing attention.
Well, one of the most impressive things about Emmitt Smith to me is the fact that the poise that he's shown in dealing with that. He's a great player coming out of high school, and he handled that extremely well, and he's been in the limelight early and handled that awfully well.
Bouncing off players, and Emmitt Smith gets 8 more tough yards. Riggs finally brought him down to the 32-yard line. A 3rd down play coming up. Good blocking, and Starweski and right, fullback Anthony Williams. Emmitt runs right up into him, and then, you know, if he'd kept his balance there, it might have been 6 more.
You're right about that. Of course, most backs would have been down right there where all those people were, and he slid off to the right, picked up 5 or 6 more yards.
3rd down and 2. And Emmitt Smith trying to get the 1st down yardage, and does so down to the 28-yard line. And once again, Riggs makes the tackle. Gators have dominated this game from the very beginning against Fullerton State. 37-0 our score, and Florida driving it once again down in Titan territory.
You know, it's a credit truly for both these teams. Florida hasn't lost its intensity as far as their line of scrimmage is concerned. And Cal State Fullerton has not given up. They're hustling around. They're being manhandled, but they're trying.
This time Bell fakes it to Emmitt Smith, and once again he's going deep for Ernie Mills, and a fine lunging catch by Ernie Mills for the touchdown. The first career touchdown reception for the freshman from Dunellen, and the second touchdown pass of the day for that guy right there, number 51 in his brilliant career.
Well, I know Kerwin wanted this one badly. Play action fake, sets up, he can choose between the tight end or the wide receiver, Ernie Mills, and Ernie Mills is going to show his jumping ability right there. Gets his feet in easily.
Number 23, Williams, had good coverage on him as far as body position, but Mills with great athletic ability, and the Gators pour it on.
How do you know which health care insurance to take these days? So many choices, so much talk. It's not only confusing, it's scary. But there's one quality health care coverage prescribed more often in Florida than any other, because it works with the best results for your dollar. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Florida. Take this advice and call us in the morning.
I am master of ancient art of karate, kung fu, and the Chinese chuckle. But when I'm out socializing, I always reach for a cold Miller Lite. Light tastes great. Lightless are filling too. Hey, anybody want a pepperoni?
Ancient proverb, only one light beer, Miller Lite.
Robert McGinney kicks it deep. Michael Moore, a very busy individual, returning kick, slips and falls to the turf as they tried to cut it back to the inside. These guys don't play on artificial surfaces very often, Lee, and
no, and it's
not trying to make alibis for them, but that's you've seen a lot of folks slipping and falling down there on that side.
You're right. That's about the third time today that we've seen one of their players slip. And if you've never played on turf before, it is a funny type of surface for you. Anytime you shuffle your feet stick, causes you to trip. You have to pick your feet up to run on it.
First down and 10 from the 18-yard line. Carlos Siragusa. And the left-hander delivers, and Mulberry breaks it up in a big way. Michael Moore readjusts his head after that hit by Ricky Mulberry.
This ball is thrown slightly behind Michael Moore, and he turns around, and Ricky Mulberry hits him right under the chin. Nice hit by Ricky Mulberry.
A defensive back's dream right there, to have that receiver in your sights. You know you're going to get to him right when the ball arrives. Emmett Smith getting a rest on the sideline. We may not see any more of the freshman this afternoon. There's the handoff, and Clifford Charlton rising to the occasion with the stop behind the line of scrimmage.
Clifford Charlton looked like on that play they had a stunt going where he comes from his end or outside linebacker position and comes inside the tackle, causing confusion by Cal State Fullerton's lineman, and he was right there to make the tackle.
Back now to the 14-yard line. Third down for the Titans. Florida 44, Cal State Fullerton nothing. Siragusa straight back to throw. And it is caught by Gibbs for 16 yards, but they are far short of the first down marker. And the Gators, after a Titan punt, take over with 3:36 left in the quarter at their own 38-yard line. And Pepe Lascano, still the quarterback, back in there after Kerwin Bell got a series. Wayne Williams gets 3 or 4 yards out to the 42-yard line. Second down coming up. A.J. Jenkins made the play for the Titan defense. Next week it'll be a homecoming at Florida Field and a 1:30 kickoff. That guy right there will be going for his 6th consecutive game of 100+ yards, Emmitt Smith. Second down and 6. Wayne Williams again, and finally wrestled to the turf by Kevin Henderson. Another 4 yards for Wayne Williams. Third down and 2. You'll take 4 yards on the first 2 running plays on offense. Set you up with third down and 2. That's always a nice situation to be in.
Well, that's exactly right. Coaches always stress 4 yards a shot when you're running the football, which puts you in this 3rd and 2 situation. 4 yards a shot, you go right down the field, making first downs and control the football and dominate the game.
Fullback Willie McGrady in the big opener over the middle. McGrady gets the first down out to the 40-yard line of Fullerton State. Williams brought him down, and that is a load to bring down, I tell you.
This is a fake sweep, slipping the ball to Willie McGrady on a coming off the guard. He's cutting back, showing his good balance and quickness. For a big guy, we commented on it earlier, but it's really impressive to see. He could be a guard on most people's football teams.
Big and strong and fast. Has a great future at Florida. Lescano throwing it. Almost picked off. There was confusion there. Darrell Woolard, the intended receiver, had turned downfield, and the pass looked like Lescano was looking for an out pattern.
Well, oftentimes when they throw that quick pass, it's a read play between the quarterback and the receiver. They have to predetermine what that coverage is going to be, and based on what that cornerback does, the wide receiver will do something. And of course, if the signals get messed up between the quarterback and the receiver, it kind of looks silly like it did that time, but I'm sure that's just what happened. They misread the coverage between the two of them.
Chris Bromley and Chris Birch, Brad Hatcher, as Wayne Williams juking his way up the middle, takes it down to the 24-yard line. Kevin Sills in there at one tackle spot. Gators getting a lot of folks in a football game.
Nice run by Wayne Williams here, picking his way, using his quickness and speed. Willie McGrady making another block on the linebacker, knocks him down. Wayne does the rest, picking his way through the secondary. Of course, the offensive line doing an excellent job.
Wayne Williams having a good afternoon. This time it's the fullback McGrady, and no room to run for big Willie McGrady. May have gotten a yard down to the 23-yard line. Florida with a 44-0 lead and threatening to put more points on the board in the 3rd quarter from Florida Field. Over 72,000 fans here, and there you see the quote by Gene Murphy, a guy with a great sense of humor who would rather be playing the Little Sisters of the Poor than this bunch. And you got to give him credit for keeping a sense of humor through a difficult season. No, Lescano rolling out down to the 19-yard line. They sort of for financial reasons, forced to play games like this. They get a big guarantee when they come to LSU or Florida, and don't have that much hope of coming in and pulling an upset in this type of situation. But they'll come in here and take their lumps as they are this afternoon, take that check, and get back into league play next week against Nevada, Las Vegas. It'll be homecoming for them, and hopefully for Gene Murphy and this club, they'll get back on the winning track next week. 3rd down and 5 from the 19-yard line. Lescano shoots it out there to Ed Frazier, and Frazier shows his good speed down to the 8-yard line. Another member of the University of Florida track and field team, Ed Frazier, out of Greenville, North Carolina.
You know, watching Pepe throw today, actually every time Pepe's had a chance to play, he throws the ball very sharply, doing a nice job.
Doesn't have great size, but he does have a very strong arm, Pepe Lescano.
An excellent awareness.
1st and goal from the 8-yard line. Williams and McGrady. Steamboat Willie McGrady. Touchdown for the Gators. And it's an even 50 zip.
Bromley, the center, has got the nose guard locked up. Everybody else does too, and Willie McGrady saw daylight. And I think he would have run over the equipment truck if it was in the way. He was going to get in that end zone. That's great. He deserved it.
Defenders 8 yards deep in the end zone, and McGrady says, let me hit somebody before this thing's over. The extra point is good. And the Gators are up 51-0.
Service is something that every car and truck owner should be concerned about. And at White Ford in Chiefland, we're fanatic in our quest to provide you with the best service anywhere. From simple preventive maintenance to complex powertrain overhaul to complete body shop work, our technicians are diligent in their efforts to do it right the first time. Regardless of where you bought your car or truck, when it comes time to get it serviced, bring it to White Ford in Chiefland so we can prove that you're number one.
Do you know where that water has been? The chemicals, minerals, additives, and who knows what your tap water contains? If you did, it might be hard to swallow. That's why RainSoft's home water treatment system purifies water right at the tap, so you can drink healthfully ever after.
For a free water test, call Walt Fountain today. We remove hardness, iron, sulfur, chlorine, and any contamination, and RainSoft has a lifetime guarantee.
With rising energy costs, homeowners are seeking alternative energy sources. Gainesville Gas can help with clean, economical, efficient natural gas. And to prove it, we'll pay you up to $450 when you change out your oil or electric central heat and your electric hot water heater. Yes, you can conserve energy, and your future monthly energy savings will soon pay for your initial investment. Call Gainesville Gas at 372-6391 for a free estimate to see if you qualify. And join the energy conservation team today.
Space Connections, your satellite superstore, brings the high cost of satellite TV down to earth. Yes, Space Connections now brings you EchoStar, the state-of-the-art satellite home entertainment system for under $2,000. EchoStar combines your satellite receiver and descrambler into one fully programmable, remote-controlled unit with 32 satellite memory. Plus, you'll find other satellite systems for as low as $7.95. Only at Space Connections, your satellite superstore.
The fourth quarter begins from Florida Field in Gainesville with Robert McGinney kicking it off, and Pierce is hit by James Massey at the 16-yard line. Gator football is brought to you in part by Dairy Farmers Incorporated, producers of real Florida fresh milk, by Scotty. Save on quality building products at over 140 Scotty stores, and by Like's Family Favorites. Old-fashioned goodness is better. Fullerton State with its third quarterback of the afternoon, sophomore Tony Dill. This guy is a freshman in '85, started and won the last 4 games of the season for the Titans. Then he injured his knee in the second game last year and missed the rest of the season, and he really hasn't been able to come back like they would have hoped. Tony Dill, number 1, the third quarterback of the afternoon. And it's the tailback Kevin Harper, stopped by Joey Nicoletto. Florida leading 51-0. We're, good heavens, just underway in the fourth quarter.
Did you know that guy?
I didn't recognize the face. Second down and 6. Hand off to Moore. He got about a yard. Mark Murray, the linebacker. A lot of young people in that Gator defense. Tony McCoy, 71, and Huey Richardson.
Tony McCoy looks like he's been shot out of a cannon on that play. He was almost there. Number 54 comes over, Mark Murray, and makes an outstanding stop.
After an illegal procedure call, the Titans are back to the 19-yard line. Now 3rd down and 7. Gators jumping around, and here comes the pressure. Dill throws it over the middle. Joey Nicoletto makes the interception. Nicoletto to the 20-yard line. He needs a block, and he takes it over the top for the touchdown.
That's great. That's great. Huey Richardson putting the pressure on the quarterback, which you've heard it said 100 times. The best pass defense you can have is putting pressure on the quarterback. Huey Richardson did that, and Joey Nicoletto was in the right place. And it's just great he got to score a touchdown. You know, there are a lot of offensive players that never, offensive backs and receivers that are second, third team that never get to score a touchdown. So it doesn't matter who it's against or when it happens. I know this is a great thrill for Joey Nicoletto.
A guy like Gary Roll, a good receiver for the Gators several years ago, didn't score a touchdown.
Never scored
for
a
Florida.
touchdown.
Joey Nicoletto gets one here against Fullerton State. His second interception of the season.
Sharing comes naturally to brothers. It's part of their family bond. Today, that bond can save a life, and Shands Hospital is proving it. Besides heart, bone, cornea, and bone marrow transplants, we perform kidney transplants for adults and children. A family member can donate a healthy kidney, which we transplant to the patient. And that means kids like these can return to what's really important, enjoying life. Shands Hospital, we're with you for life.
Florida Gators pouring it on Fullerton State this afternoon in Gainesville. Over 72,000 fans on a warm, overcast day have watched the home team run out to a 58-0 lead. We've still got 12.5 minutes left in the game as McGinney kicks it off, and Moore returns another one out to the 31-yard line. And Fullerton State, after a quarterback sack and a couple of plays which netted no yardage, are 4th down and 20 back at their own 21-yard line as we resume action. And there's a snap that gets away from Soroy, and James Spear drops him back at the 8-yard line. He's having a big day, James Spear, the freshman out of Miami. That guy's had a busy day, but I wouldn't exactly call it a big one.
Well, it just seems like in a football game when things start taking a turn for the worse, they happen in bushels or whatever, multiples or something. But it's just really turned against Fullerton State here, and Florida being opportunistic on that play, doing what they should. Good play, heads up.
11:19 left in the game, and Florida threatening to score again. James Massey now in at tailback, and Herbert Perry, the new quarterback, and the freshman gives it to the senior Massey, who fights his way for a couple down to the 5-yard line. Herbert Perry, out of the same high school that produced Kerwin Bell, Lafayette High School in Mayo, Florida.
Well, Massey, in my opinion, is truly to be respected as an outstanding team player. He contributes greatly to the special teams and does whatever the Florida coaches ask him to do, and he does it with a lot of enthusiasm.
Darrell Perry is the fullback, and James Massey hammers it down inside the 5, down to the 2-yard line.
You know, to continue that remark, David, there's lots of seniors that could say, particularly somebody that was as heralded coming in as a high school football player as Massey was, could kind of act disappointed and not play as hard as he plays in a game like this when he finally gets a shot at offense. But you can see he is playing with great intensity, and he wants to score.
He's got Willie McGrady in front of him at fullback. Massey in the I formation. 3 tight ends for Herbert Perry. And Massey with a big hole off the right side scores the touchdown. James Massey's 2nd touchdown run of the season and the 6th touchdown carry of his career. Out of Jefferson County High School, and as Lee McGriff mentioned, a very highly sought-after player in high school football. He has just done a journeyman's job in the Gator football program. Special teams, from the tailback spot, he's played fullback. Has just done it all. Andy Elton with the extra point, and it's good, and the Gators run it up 65-zip.
Nothing cuts through thirst like Gatorade Thirst Quencher. It speeds in fluids and minerals and supplies energy to working muscles. Quenches! Gatorade is thirsty for that deep down body thirst.
Watch real close now. Take a lesson. Lax goes fast. It's like a blessing. Even lights won't treat you wrong, cause when it's lax, it's gone. Fact is, Lax is country good. Use fresh lean meat just like you would. Nothing in Lax don't belong, so when it's Lax, it's gone. The Lax boys put in a lot of time making family favorite cold cuts, but they don't put in fillers. Just more real meaty taste. One more time, when it's Lax, it's gone.
65-0 in Florida kicking off. Robert McKinney and Michael Moore. We've called those two names a lot in this football game. And Moore finally breaks one and then slips and falls again on that artificial surface. John Speartoe chasing him from behind. Once again, the Titans were not able to do much with that field position. We move ahead to further action in the fourth quarter with 3.5 minutes left in the game, and the Titans have the football at their own 31-yard line. And Dill hands it off to Kevin Harper, and Harper gets 2 yards. Bill Lang makes the tackle.
Bill Lang's another one of those team-type players. He's very active on the special teams. Made a couple outstanding tackles, hustling down on kickoff cover. The kickoff cover special team today. Heads up on defense.
Titans were penalized for illegal procedure for 5 yards, and they run the play on 2nd down and 6. Once again, Harper. Lang right down at the bottom of the stack again, and Jerry Odom also there to make the stop.
Jerry Odom playing linebacker like it ought to be played, keeping his shoulders square at the line of scrimmage, playing people off with his hands, moving to the football, making that good solid tackle, stopping the runner from getting another inch at the point of contact.
Third down and 4. Dill going for the long pass, and it is picked off by Richard Fain, the freshman from Fort Myers, with the interception at the 24-yard line of the Gators.
That was an outstanding play. One of the things that defensive backs have to learn to do is catch the ball when it's in the air at its highest point. And Fain did just that. He made a great catch on that interception.
Gators now coming with the 5th quarterback of the afternoon, Steve McQuagg on the last series. And now Matt Markham, the signal caller for the Gator offense. 65-0. And an opportunity for a lot of young people to get some playing time out here on Florida Field with game experience. There's James Massey running hard out to the 35-yard line. An 11-yard carry for Massey.
Well, as we elaborated on earlier, Massey just has a lot of heart. Of course, this is a wonderful thing. I think that everybody that's ever been a Gator fan would fantasize about having the opportunity to put that orange and blue on and be on Florida Field. And for some of these guys, they've labored hours and hours on that practice field with just the hope, just some little bit of light for the chance to play on Florida Field. And the fact that they get to do that, I think, is wonderful.
Massey once again. And this time nowhere to go. Lost a couple of yards. Schaffel, the strong safety. Time running down as we near the end of this football game, and the Florida Gators in control and have been from the opening kick. Fullerton State has lost by 44 points to both LSU and Hawaii, and going to have a long trip back across the country after this one as well. 65-0 with time running out.
Well, I hope they're not taking a Greyhound back to California.
Might not make the opening kick next week against UNLV. And there is Massey once again out to the 35-yard line. And that should be the final play of the football game. Time running down, and the Gators will not have to run another play, and they'll just shake hands with the Titan football team. Galen Hall making his way toward midfield to see Titan head coach Gene Murphy. And a big victory this afternoon at Florida Field for the Florida Gators as they score their second shutout of the season with a 65-0 victory over California State Fullerton.